that will make headlines this new year. Good morning, thanks for being with me.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year. Let's
Happy New Year.
get to Congress. What can we expect? What did we learn last year? What can we expect this year, if anything?
Yeah, I think that we should probably expect a lot more of the same. I mean, we still have a Democrat sitting in the White House, and as you said in your lead up here, he's going to, obviously veto, legislation that comes to him, repealing his signature Obamacare Act and things of that nature. And I think the American people really would like to see this country start getting to work on things here at home. However, we have a big foreign policy issue in the Middle East and in Africa. And it seems that we're going to be focusing a lot of our time, and perhaps leading off the year, they may want to, work with the State Department and actually focus on creating some sort of foreign policy that we can follow for future, instead of just reacting to conflict after conflict.
And you mentioned the Middle East in 2014, Afghan war, ISIS, and Russia. Were some of the big headlines.
Yeah.
What can we expect this year? Any more conflict in the Middle East?
Yeah, I don't see that the threat of ISIS will be diminishing whatsoever. I see that that's going to be continuing to percolate, and it'll just depend on how the locals react to how much land they continue to try to take over in the Middle East. Russia is a very curious and something we should really be concerned about, because they actually do have a capability of nuclear attacks against this country, something the Middle East doesn't necessarily have. So Russia is a very important player in the Middle East right now, and they don't act well when they're pushed to a corner, and currently we've done a lot of pushing, and we just don't know how President Putin is going to react in a situation like that. And also keep in mind, we need to keep China in the forefront here. Mm-hmm. They're building across Africa, mining special resources that we use every day for computers, cell phones, and such. And they also broke ground in December in Nicaragua, building their version of the Panama Canal. And while we're out spending in all of these conflicts around the world, China's quietly building, and they're getting these resources. They're consolidating all of this, and they have something at the end of the day to show for all their money that they're spending. And it's something maybe the American people should be a little more mindful of, and maybe we should be participating in some of that building rather than destroying, which is what we seem to be doing a lot.
And going back to Congress, with Republicans having control of both houses right now, do you see much of the same, where there's just not much can get done, or do you see more getting done now?
I think we'll see a few good, good humor. We want to get some things done. We'll try to get Keystone passed. I think they'll get Keystone passed. I think they're going to put the president in a position where he needs to sign something. I think it's going to be harder work on everything else, especially when it comes to the sequestration. We're seeing the incoming Budget Committee Chairman Price say that he's going to dissolve the firewall between domestic spending and military spending, and decrease domestic spending and increase military spending, which was not the actual, the outline of the sequestration. So we'll see what that fight sets up, and that comes up in April.
All right, we will wait and see. Thank you very much for being with us, Kimberly DeVora. Well,